How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to our August 2025 channel update. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have the Gundam card game having a pretty big splash and impact on the channel. We have other trading card game coverage going forward. We have the new Red Zone Rogue token quality, and we're going to be talking about these, how you can get these. We also have, look at this one. Was absolutely beautiful. The lighting here isn't so good in this particular setup, but card is absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna talk about how you get these. We're gonna talk about the merch store updates. We're gonna talk about all the Red Zone Rogue stuff. It's a channel update. Yo, welcome. So yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna jump into a top down. Like I said, we're gonna talk about content first. Then we'll talk about the merch store. Then we'll talk about the Patreon, and all of that kind of stuff coincides with how you get the cards and everything. So let's hop into it. So we have our overlay, and we're just going to use the actual channel as some examples as we talk about some stuff. So first of all, if you haven't seen it, we debuted a brand new Gundam card game gameplay series that I'm calling the Shuffle Alliance. For you Gundam fans out there, you might know the reference. It's such a perfect reference too. Yeah, it's gonna be a semi-weekly Gundam card game show where I invite friends from the content creator space to play some Gundam card game with me. We already have one video up with Stokes from Worst Possible. We do have more guests lined up, and we'll probably have some repeat guests and all that kind of good stuff, but it's super fun. I really like it. I put a lot of extra work into it with some special effects. I'm gonna try to improve at it over time, but I think our first episode is literally the best gameplay video that I've ever done. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I feel like it's pretty palatable for new players to Gundam as well, just because we talk through our plays and talk through the cards and all that kind of good stuff. Try to make it as entertaining as possible. That's the name of the game here. We want it to be entertaining for folks. So yes, check that out. Let's start talking about the Gundam card game just in general here on Red Zone Rogue, and as you can see, I've been kind of at it with the Gundam card game for the last few weeks. We've been doing a lot of Gundam card game content, and that's because, well, back when the Gundam card game was announced and when Bandai invited me to the world premiere event, I was really into, well, I should say I was really enamored with the Gundam card game. I'm a lifelong Gundam fan, been watching Gundam ever since I was a kid. I watched G Gundam and Gundam Wing, and I won't regale you with the entire history, but I have since watched almost all of the UC timeline and many other Gundam. I'm a huge Gundam fan. And so I was going to cover this game regardless. Even if it didn't do well on the channel, I was going to cover the game stubbornly just because it's something that I like, and that's what I do on the channel. I just cover what I like regardless of how well they perform. I just want to talk about the things that I'm genuinely passionate about. And yes, Gundam is one of those things, and luckily for me, and I'm very happy about this, the Gundam card game content has been doing extremely well, and we have a lot of new subscribers and followers just from the Gundam card game. So if you're watching this and you just started following me and the channel from Gundam, well, welcome, thank you so much. And the TLDR here, even though I just yapped for like 5 minutes, the TLDR is that Gundam's not going anywhere. It is one of the main games here on Red Zone Rogue. And what I mean by main game is that it is a game that I will be covering every set. I will have frequent content, hopefully weekly content. I have 3 main games. Gundam is one of them. So expect, like I said, weekly content, if not like, multiple a week. I would say like 1 to 3 videos a week for Gundam. Yeah, that's it. We'll be covering news, gameplay, deck tech, strategy, everything, all the things that go into it. So yeah, absolutely love Gundam. It's funny because it's like it feels very wholesome for me, which is kind of ironic because Gundam is a series about like the atrocities of war, but I don't know, just covering something that's like so near and dear to me from like my childhood and something that's just been a part of my life for forever, officially on the channel, is just something really I don't know, wholesome for me. So Gundam, not going anywhere. Absolutely love it. Expect a lot more Gundam content on Red Zone Rogue. And then let's talk about the other trading card games. Let's start by talking about the other main games. So we have Shadowverse Evolve. So yes, I am an official Shadowverse Evolve ambassador. I have done casting and coverage for this game. I did both of the World Championships casting as well as some Grand Showdowns. And my involvement with this is not going anywhere at all. Absolutely love Shadowverse Evolve. In fact, if you like the gameplay of the Gundam card game and you want a more fantasy style or different kind of style, try Shadowverse Evolve. The combat is like 1-to-1. It is like more or less the same. It's the same with some exceptions, but absolutely love this game. It's a brilliant, fantastic game, and I'm quite involved with it. So yes, expect more Shadowverse Evolve content, not going anywhere. We just had a lot of Gundam card game content to kind of like kick off the launch of the game. We had a lot of stuff to talk about. I wanted to do like deck building guide. We have a meta deck breakdown. We'll be doing this every single set, by the way. And you know, your slew of things. We have you know, box openings and deck techs and all that kind of good stuff. Whereas Shadowverse, well, I've been covering this for like almost 2 years now, so it's kind of like, you know, we're already in the paces. So yes, we'll be doing a lot more Shadowverse content. Still involved with Shadowverse Evolve. Absolutely love this game. One of my favorite games ever made. And then, of course, our third game is Grand Archive. Another one of my absolute favorite games of all time. Love this game. Not going anywhere. In fact, I got accepted into the Grand Archive Creators Guild, which is like a special thing for content creators where they send you like stuff every single season and all this kind of stuff. I did a whole video about it, this video right here. And yes, I applied, and yes, I got accepted. And yes, I will be doing an unboxing and opening, probably a stream maybe, of when all that stuff arrives. The whole reason I haven't made more Grand Archive content in the interim is, yes, because I got accepted, and as part of that, I get 2 cases of Distorted Reflections. And I was like, well, I don't need to buy my own cases if I'm already getting 2 cases. So I'm just kind of waiting till I get my cases from the Creators Guild. So that's why we haven't had as much content. We're gonna have a lot more content once I get that, and once we kind of get the ball rolling. I have some decks that I really want to play and test out. I want to do the suited deck. I want to play the Spectre deck, of course, because that's obviously like one of the best ones in the format. So yeah, Grand Archive also not going anywhere. These are my 3 main games: Gundam, Shadowverse Evolve, Grand Archive. I feel like I'm feasting now, by the way. These games, all 3 of these games, I wholeheartedly think they're absolutely brilliant, and I think they're so good, and I think everyone should give them a shot if you have the means to do so, especially with Gundam, where availability is really difficult right now. Hopefully that gets fixed sooner rather than later, but yeah, I think all 3 of these games are brilliant. All right, let's talk about some other stuff. So what about other games on Red Zone Rogue? Are we going to be covering any other games? So we have stuff like Godzilla, which actually these videos did pretty well. I'm pretty happy about that. And Hololive, and maybe other indie games. The answer is yeah, probably. We'll be covering a little bit of variety here or there. I just love trading card games. I love the trading card game industry. It's a huge part of my life. I love following it. And so yes, I will be covering, you know, other trading card games every now and then. But my main games, the ones you will see, you know, 1 to 3 times a week, are Gundam, Shadowverse, and Grand Archive. I want to have them with a regular cadence, because those are the ones I follow. Those are the ones that I will be keeping up with and buying, you know, new sets and building new decks. But we'll still be covering some other stuff occasionally. In fact, it's a little far for me to reach, but I have some Oshi Push over there that I'll probably be doing a video review of. And some other indie games have reached out to me recently about, you know, covering their games as well. And so, yeah, we may be covering some other games. So if you like the variety content, that's also not going anywhere. But once again, I just want to reiterate, the main focus is going to be our main games as usual: Gundam, Shadowverse, and Grand Archive. So yes, content. I just want to thank, once again, the support on the Gundam card game content. I just have to say it again. It's doing so well, and the channel is growing because of it. And I'm super thankful that something that I really love and enjoy is actually being like received really well. So that's so good. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving Gundam, by the way. If you're like, oh, how does the game play? I love it. I just can't stop thinking about it. I have 5 decks for the Gundam card game right now, which is kind of on par with these other games, but just having it come out and having 5 decks already is kind of wild in my opinion. All right, let's start talking about the merch store. So let's actually go back to me. Oh, hello. All right, so let's talk about the merch store. We do have our official restock of the Codename Villain playmat. So this is one sold out. Even though I ordered more than I normally do, this one's sold out, and we do have a restock of this, a pre-order restock. I have already placed the order with my manufacturer. The estimated delivery time is end of August, beginning of September. So if you place an order for the restock, that's when those should be coming in. We also have our restock of our first mech, our mech themed playmat, Cosmic Mech Pilot. Those are in stock right now. They are selling pretty well, so we'll see how long they last. But I want to iterate or reiterate. I just want to say I don't believe in FOMO. So anything on the merch store that sells out, if enough people want it, I will reprint it. I will remanufacture it. And yeah, the overall the I call it the mega merch haul. It did super well, so I'm very thankful for that. It was this playmat. It was, hold on, juggling a bunch of playmats. It was that playmat. It was this one, which is our Katsumi Astral Sword Saint with art by Faicha, a Grand Archive artist. And we have the enamel pin, and then we also have the sleeves. Now I want to talk about the sleeves for a second. So here are the 2 sleeve boxes that I got for myself, but all the rest of the we have these ones still in stock. We have a couple still in stock, I think like 4 or 5. And then for the villain sleeves, these are sold out. They're all Dragon Shield sleeves. I should mention, I will mention this at the end. I want to talk about some sponsors and partnerships. But yeah, we do have an affiliate with Dragon Shield. Yeah, right side up. And so if you want to make your own sleeves, if you want to support the channel or just buy other Dragon Shield sleeves, we do have a promo code down below where you get 5% off your order. It's Rogue5 on Dragon Shield. But the TLDR is we have these in stock. These ones have sold out. I've got a couple people ask for restocks on this sleeve in particular, and the answer is essentially yes, we will restock these. I don't know when, at least by the end of the year. Basically, sleeves, I restock them only in like, you know, smaller intervals than like the playmats. And yeah, well, I have some plans for, I'll just cut to it because we'll talk about some of this stuff. I have plans for more new splash art at the end of the year, and during that time we'll be introducing a new playmat and some new sleeves, and during then I'll do another restock of the sleeves that people want. So like the villain sleeves, for example, we'll restock it then. And so let's get into that. I think that's pretty exciting. So for people who care about like the mecha art and all that kind of good stuff, we have more on the way. Let me move some of this stuff aside. So we have our 2 mecha themed playmats, right? We have our Codename Villain featuring Asami Villain Reika, that's her name. And then we have Katsumi Mech Pilot featuring Katsumi. Now, we actually have 4 Project Red Zone characters. These are featuring 2 of the 4 characters. Wouldn't it be cool to feature all 4 of the characters? And so I reached out to the artist, Pinakis. Let's go ahead and jump into another overlay. Hold on, let me pull something up. So I reached out to the artist Pinakis, and so here's the art, as you can see, for this one. And I was like, hey man, I know you're really busy, but, and I told him basically the same stuff I just said. We have 2 more characters. It would be cool to do the full set. Pinakis is very busy. I'm not going to say exactly why, because I don't know if it's been announced yet. He did tell me. I know he does work for Grand Archive and some other stuff. He's done work for Azure Lane, Arc Knights, a bunch of stuff. He's an absolutely fantastic industry artist. And he's busy with some other stuff too. And I was like, I know you're busy, but I wanted to approach you first before I approach any other artists, because I'd like, obviously I'd like to work with you to kind of like round out the set. And also he's already, you know, worked with me before. I really enjoy working with him. And so he was immediately on board. And so, yes, we are going to be making 2 more splash arts and playmats featuring the 2 other Red Zone Rogue characters. And those characters are Etoile. And so I want to mention this as well. Both of these characters are going to go under a small redesign. The redesign was planned like a while ago, and I was going to do a redesign in the same style that Katsumi was redesigned, and you've seen her in all the thumbnails. But we just never got around to it. I was going to redesign with another artist. So yes, we're going to be redesigning Etoile. She is going to have darker red hair, and instead of like the orange, this orangish color, and then she's going to have like a twin tails kind of style hair. And so we're going to have Etoile, and then we have our other character, Vea, also going to be going under a redesign, less, well, similar style, but her hair is still going to be very long and silver. And these are the 2 characters we're going to be doing more mecha themed splash arts for. Now, of course, these 2 mecha splash arts are Katsumi Mech Pilot and our codename villain. These ones are actually set, as you can see, in space. And I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be cool for the other 2 to be set on Earth, or like a Terra sort of situation? So yeah, we're gonna have like some accompanying splash arts. They're all going to be color themed as well. You know, this one's a very red focus. This one's a very like white and blue-ish focus. And you can guess the other ones will have similar color themes as well. We'll have to see exactly what those are. Some folks might assume that they're going to be tied to the Gundam card game colors. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go. We're going to go with whatever looks the best is essentially what I'm going to be, you know, boiling it down to. But I'm really excited for these. They're going to be awesome. Pinakas does such an absolutely brilliant job. And yeah. So yeah, we're going to round out the series. We're going to have a full 4 Red Zone Rogue and Pinakas mecha playmats. That's not the end of all the playmats that we're doing. But yes, we're doing those. And so when can you expect these? Well, the first one, and I'm not sure which character we're gonna do yet. Let me know which character you'd like to see first. If you'd like to see Etoile, or if you'd like to see Vea first. Both of these playmats will be coming out over the next like 6 months. So expect the first one to come out near holiday season 2025. So maybe November, December. And then the next one will be coming out in the first half, or the first quarter of 2026. And so that's kind of where you can, you know, see these coming out. And of course, like I said, we're going to be doing sleeves as well. And we'll have restocks for sleeves that are sold out that people want during this time as well. For playmats, if they sell really, really well, I will keep restocking them. That's just a thing that'll happen. Like I said, we have restocks for this. Our Katsumi Mech Pilot playmat is our best-selling playmat of all time, and it's not even close. And so I know people really dig these. I personally really dig them. That's why we made them. But once again, I'm super happy, and I'm really, really just like, I'm just so happy that people like this stuff too. That's kind of what it boils down to. So I get to make cool stuff, and then other people like it. So yeah, I have some ideas for both these characters. It's going to be real good. It's going to be good. So stay tuned for all of that. And then finally, I want to mention the Patreon. So let's go ahead and jump back to me. So people are like, yo, how do I get these cards? Because I showed some of these off. So for a lot of new folks to the channel, let's try to get the light on there. Yeah, there we go. A lot of new folks to the channel might not know I have a Patreon. I don't really shout out it enough, and I don't really talk about it a lot, but it's a great way to support the channel and to help me keep doing what I do. I am a full-time content creator. I do this as my job, and the Patreon is a great way to support. And so every single month for patron members, $10 or more, you get a Red Zone Rogue custom card mailed to you. Depends on the tier. Sometimes you can get up to 3 of them mailed to you if you are part of the mainline tier, where I send you booster packs as well. If you'd like to know all the details, they're all over on the Patreon at patreon.com/redzonerogue, and you can see all of the tiers. I have some tiers here. The $3 and the $5 tiers are just like, hey, if you'd like to support, you don't really need anything mailed to you. These are great ways to support, just to say thank you and to like help the channel out. I have this old We Cross tier that one person is still in, so I haven't deleted this one yet. Our main tier that a lot of people are in are the card tier, where you get one card mailed to you every single month. It is a different card every single month. And then we also have our double card tier, if you want to. And then we have the mainline tier, which includes all this stuff. And for the mainline tier specifically, we have US and we have non-US, just because international pricing is absolutely insane. And with how things are going, we might have to adjust things further. I don't know. I hate it, and I wish shipping was like not this bad, but it is quite bad. Yeah, here's all the details. You get 3 cards, you get some booster packs. The idea for the mainline tier, by the way, is that you get 1 booster pack from my 3 mainline games: Gundam, Shadowverse, and Grand Archive. But because Gundam is so hard to get right now, we're just doing mystery packs. Currently it's Hololive, but we'll see. We'll see what we swap it up. Once Gundam is available and affordable, it will be Gundam. But that might take a while. We'll see. We'll see how long that takes. But I would like it to be Shadowverse, Grand Archive, and Gundam. So yeah, that's all the Patreon stuff if you would like to support. And that's also how you get these cards. How do you get these ones specifically if you missed out? Because these ones are already given out to our patrons. Well, I do actually have some left over. And I typically do have some left over because I order more than I need just in case anything happens, like shipping wise or whatever. And so I do actually have some extras, right? And I'm like, people really seem to want these, and I haven't actually pulled the trigger yet on selling individual cards, but we might start for these. And so the reason we might is, 1, there's a demand for it, and 2, I actually really love how these new tokens came out. And this is going to be the standard for our tokens going forward. We will have spot foiling and kind of like foiling on all of our tokens going forward. I want to up the quality on everything. And so I'll probably list these on the merch store. The problem is I don't want to undercut my own patrons because they get these for $10. So I will likely list these for a little bit more than $10 on the merch store each. I don't have a ton of the villain ones left. I just have this many. And then for the costume ones, I actually have quite a bit. So I will likely list these on the merch store, and probably not print them again. I might print them again for events and stuff. There's no guarantee that I never not print any of these again. It's just like, it's usually just not efficient to do so. And once again, I don't really believe in like FOMO and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, these are like, I want a special thing for patrons. So anyway, the long story short is, yeah, I'll probably start posting the extras on the merch store probably like a month after patrons get them. So these ones will likely go up in a week or so. These have already been mailed out to our patrons. And they'll probably be, I mean, listing them at 10 because you still have to pay for shipping is still giving patrons a discount because they don't pay for shipping. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm still debating. 10 to 15 bucks probably per card. You can think of it less as like just buying a single from TCG Player and more as just like supporting me, and you also get a card. That's the whole idea of the Patreon. You support me and you get some cool stuff. I want it to be more about like supporting the channel than just like getting something, but I also want to give out cool stuff, and I want to up the quality on the stuff that I give out, so you get something cool for supporting me. That's kind of the idea. And then the last cards are these, and so these are the token cards, the Grand Archive token cards that we made for our starter deck event. The lighting is not as good. Ooh, there we go. For our starter deck event. Now I actually have a bunch of these as well. I have a bunch of extras for these as well. And so I will also likely post these on the merch store, and I'm probably going to keep some back for more events to give out for like for future events as kind of like entry prizes and that kind of stuff. These ones are also very, very nice. Art is done by friend Lucky Yuki, and I would love to commission her for more like starter deck events to do this kind of stuff. So we do this for every Grand Archive starter deck event, and well, we're gonna be doing it some more. We get official price support from Weaves of the Shore, which is great, and then I also want to do my own custom little thing, so you get like a nice little thing. So these have already been shipped out to the people who entered and played in the event. These are literally my extras, which I have a bunch of, and these will also be probably posted on the merch store, also probably at the same price as the EX base and the EX resources. So 10 to 15-ish bucks probably. Once again, think of it more as supporting the channel and supporting what I do rather than just buying a card. I want to price them in such a way that it makes sense and it doesn't undercut where you get them from. So yes, there's that. What else? Anything else to go over? Oh yes, let's talk about some of our sponsors. So I want to give a huge thank you and shout out, first of all, to Dragon Shield. Dragon Shield has been a longtime sponsor of Red Zone Rogue. I always have the promo code and link in the description of every single video. Just type Rogue5 at checkout and you'll get 5% off your order. Just absolutely huge fan of Dragon Shield. They're literally my favorite sleeves, and they were my favorite sleeves before they became an affiliate. So yes. And then of course I want to mention the 3 game stores that are sponsors for our various content. So there is Fantastic Realms for our Gundam card game content. They're absolutely fantastic. All of these 3 LGSs are actually community members as well. Like the owners are like community members or people that I've met in real life, and are just cool people. So Fantastic Realms for Gundam card game content. I have links down below for these. Midwest Card Dealer for Shadowverse Evolved, and then JWW Sports Cards for Grand Archive. And yeah, just want to give a huge shout out to them because they're great and they deserve the shout out. So yeah, I think that's generally it. Yeah, I'm just like really enthusiastic about the future of Red Zone Rogue. I'm really happy about how things are going right now. Can't wait to make more content. Gundam, Shadowverse, Grand Archive. Yeah, it's great. And I don't know what the future holds in terms of something like officially doing shoutcasting for Gundam, but I'm really honored to have done shoutcasting for the World Championships for both Grand Archive and Shadowverse Evolved this year. If Bandai would like to reach out to me and ask me to do shoutcasting for Gundam, yes, that is something that I would be very, very interested in. But even if they don't, I'm absolutely loving Gundam, and like I said, not going anywhere. In fact, gonna be one of the main games here on Red Zone Rogue. So yeah, well, lots more Gundam content, lots more content for everything else, and thank you all for the support. If you didn't know, I've talked about the merch store a bunch. It's just redzonerogue.com, and like I said, if you're interested in the foil cards, we will be posting them on the merch store. The best way to get them is to just, well, be a patron for the patron reward ones, because you guaranteed get them every month. I'm only going to be posting extras to the merch store, and there's no guarantee that I actually post them to the merch store. If I give them all to patrons, well, then they're never going to be posted to the merch store. That's just how it is. Only extras will be posted, because like I said, I do over order a bit, and sometimes they just send me more. So yeah. And if you're like, hey, are you going to be doing cards for the new splash arts that are coming out? Well, obviously. So there's that. You can also join the Patreon as a free member if you want, and you can just choose which month to pay for if that's something you want to do. But that is an option. That is an option. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. The name of the game here, generally speaking, is just like, I want to have more quality things. Everything from our card tokens to our playmats to the content offerings on the channel. I just want everything to be of higher quality, so I put more time into making the new Shuffle Alliance gameplay series, and when I put more time into manufacturing these cards, or rather, you know, doing all the work to spot foil them myself and all that kind of stuff. I don't actually manufacture the cards, but I send them the files that get manufactured. So I have to, you know, edit all the spot foiling and all that kind of good stuff. That's why they take a little bit longer than usual. But yeah, that's it. That's the channel update. Thank you all so much. If you aren't subscribed, hey, maybe consider subscribing. I know there's like a large chunk of people who aren't subscribed, but that's pretty common for YouTube. But I really appreciate it. It helps the channel, helps us grow, and kind of tells YouTube that more people should watch the stuff. We are approaching, or we have passed our 9-year anniversary here. Next year is our 10-year anniversary, and we're going to be doing some really, really cool stuff for the Red Zone Rogue 10-year anniversary. I have some ideas planned. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm not going to talk about them too much, but we'll see how things go. One of them is a tournament. All right, one of them is a tournament. I've wanted to do something called the Red Zone Invitational for a few years, and we'll see how that goes. And the other one is, well, one of the other things is a commemorative splash art with all of the Red Zone Rogue characters in like beautiful dresses, like ball gown dresses, or not exactly ball gown dresses, but like beautiful dresses and like, you know, champagne glasses and stuff. Anyway, we'll talk about that more when the time comes. Thank you all so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think about all the stuff. Yeah, I really appreciate you. All right.